Hey Trinity family, Pastor Nick here. Wanted to have a moment just to talk with all of you on Christmas Eve this year. 2020 has been a year filled with the unexpected. It's been filled with some tough news, and unfortunately I have to deliver one more piece of tough news, and that is that given the weather and the weather conditions that are predicted for this evening, we will not be hosting our outdoor Christmas Eve services. Not here at Kimberly Way, nor at Green Trails or South Naperville. And the reason why is because of a factor that we knew might always be a challenge, and that is the weather. While the forecast predicts temperatures in the teens, it's also predicting 10 to 20 mile an hour winds. We can already feel them outside, which means that the wind chill could be anywhere from 1 degree down to -4, right around the time that we're ready to start our Christmas services. And we just felt that that was way too cold to safely do those services, to have our teams out there setting up and things like that. And so we decided that we're going to encourage everybody to join us online. We do have Christmas services that are going to be happening at 2 p.m., 6 p.m., and 10 p.m. Today, Christmas Eve, as well as at 10 a.m. on Christmas Day. And, as I think about having to deliver that news, which is not news that I or any of our staff wanted to deliver, I'm just thinking about the first Christmas. Throughout this Advent season, as we've gone through our Messy Christmas series, we've really been looking at how maybe in this season, God is reminding us about just how messy the very first Christmas was. I'm sure it wasn't Mary and Joseph's plan to have their firstborn child in an animal stall. I'm pretty sure it wasn't their plan to give him as his first crib a feeding trough. And yet God was still at work in all of that. And as I've really been thinking about that today and thinking about this idea of us being online rather than in person for Christmas, I keep thinking back to earlier this year. The pandemic really hit during the Easter season, during Lent, during Easter. And I remember that we ended up having to have Easter all online this year. And while that was not anyone's plan nor our ideal, one of the things that was amazing about that service was that we actually reached even more people than we would have if we'd been gathered together in person. We were actually able to celebrate Easter as one church in countless locations. Countless locations around Chicagoland as we tuned in from our homes, countless locations around the world as brothers and sisters around the world joined us in worship. And I'm starting to wonder if maybe that's what God has planned for us this year, is that our online services will be an opportunity for us all to be gathered together in multiple locations and yet as one church. And so my encouragement to you is to share the link. Share the link to the online services. Invite your family and friends, people that maybe you can't be together with physically, to join you online and to worship with us, to celebrate Christmas together, to be reminded that God is still at work in the midst of the mess, to be reminded of the hope, peace, joy, and love that we have in Jesus Christ. And so I'd love to see you online this afternoon or this evening or tomorrow morning, whenever you want to tune in. We would love to have you join us as we celebrate Christmas together, because again, it is truly going to be Christmas together. All 4 of our sites are helping lead this service, and it's going to be just a joy to be able to sing our favorite songs together, to hear God's word once more preached and proclaimed. And yes, we're even doing Silent Night together. There's going to be a virtual choir, and so I want to encourage you to have candles ready so that you can join us in singing Silent Night together and lighting candles in your homes as we bring the light of Christ to the places where he has placed us. And so again, I know that the news is not what many of us wanted to hear. It certainly was not our plan as a church. But we remember that God is in control, that even in the midst of the mess, he's still at work. And it's to him that we look for our hope and for our comfort, for our joy and our peace. And so I would love to see you online. And again, we want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas from all of us here at Trinity to all of you who are gathered together in your homes.